popcorn. We are two niggas spoiling movies. Yeah. Brandon Collins, that's me, and Justin Brown for your movie needs. Medium popcorn. Woo! You haven't seen it, well, we're gonna spoil it. Spoil it in your face. That's your warning. So if you get pissed, it's all your fault.
Shut up, Brandon.
Love, anticipating. Good love, don't be waiting. I got plans to put my hands in places I never seen, girl, you know what I mean. That means the butthole. What's up, guys? Welcome to Medium Popcorn. I'm Justin Brown.
And I'm Eddie Collins. That took a turn. Man, Usher was talking about some freaky ass shit when he was young. He's like 15, like, do you want to get freaky? I'm like, bro, what are you going to be doing? I mean, when you're 15 years old, you're fearless. So you probably eating fucking all kinds of butt.
I mean, you know that, he was 15 and he was hanging out at Diddy parties. So,
yeah.
I mean, that's confirmed. That's not even.
That means that he was hooking up with all like the older supermodels.
Yeah.
Like, man, Usher was fucking.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully it was sensual on his end or the other end.
Yeah, I mean, even though because as men, we don't look at young boys having sex with older women as something wrong. We like, good for him. I mean, but technically those women are pedophiles. But just saying.
It's all. Yeah, that's how we should open this general episode, Justin. Just dropping the P word. What are you doing? You don't want to get to the next level.
Hold on. Are they not, Brandon? Are they not?
I don't want to get. We're talking about the ring, man. What are we doing?
Oh yeah, this the ring of Usher's ass.
Everybody, Justin's been on the road for a few days by himself, and he's clearly lost his goddamn mind.
You know it. That's how I do it. Yeah, boy.
Have you? Your eyes are kind of like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Are you okay? I know it's Halloween season.
Nope, not good at all.
Haunted by the spirit of a white girl that was drowned in a well. Well, she wasn't drowned; she just died in a well.
No, she wasn't drowned in the well. Someone suffocated her and threw her limp body into a well.
But she lived.
Yes, which she eventually died of malnourishment.
In 7 days. And that's why when you watch this goddamn tape, 7 days later, you're going to die. This movie, okay, Naomi Watts' character, all right? And folks, you can watch this on Paramount Plus if you feel inclined. Naomi Watts' character, child services should be called on her. I get you have a weird-ass kid. But not only did you let him watch this video, you let your baby daddy watch this video. The whole family going to get got. They had to figure this out, and they didn't even figure it out.
Well, no, they do figure it out at the end.
Well, it's kind of like, you know what it is? It's kind of like It Follows, right? It Follows stole from this, basically, right? They just made it like a kind of a sexually transmitted thing versus like this tape.
Well, yeah, because I mean, It Follows is basically, like we said in the review of that, it's an allegory for premarital sex and STDs. It's just like, hey, don't fuck around. Yeah. Because it was, I believe it was made by like really, the Christians, something like that.
By the Christians?
Yeah, by like a Christian group. Like it was produced by a Christian group.
Maybe.
Yeah, it does have like Christian ties, and that's the whole thing behind it. It's a religious kind of anyhow. So I don't know if you picked it up, but at the end, they figured out that you have to show it to somebody else to then get that bitch off of you.
Yeah,
so you got to spread the wealth.
That's what the horror stuff is about. That's the terrifying thing. I got to basically sacrifice somebody to save myself. That's what It Follows. Like, I'm going to keep fucking people, so it's going to get them. It's going to take it's going to take a while for it to get back to me.
I mean, so you hope. Because once it starts killing those people, then it's coming back for you.
Exactly. You better hope that you fuck a lot of people and those people fuck a lot of people afterwards. But in the ring,
well, no.
After you show it to one person, you're good.
Yeah.
The copy, after you show the copy, you're good. The problem with the baby daddy is he saw the original and he never made a copy and showed it to somebody. So now he fucked up.
Yeah.
Now he fucked up. Which is crazy loophole, by the way. That's such an insane loophole to like randomly figure out. And she did it inadvertently because she just made a copy of it because, she's a white woman who's like, I don't know about danger. I've never felt danger in my life. Even though my kid creeps me out and he looks like a young Gru. That kid was creepy as fuck, dude. I don't know.
Yeah,
Where is that guy now? Like, is he okay? I hope he grew into be like a decent, normal looking person. David Dorf.
Name again?
Let's see. David Dorfman, which is an unfortunate last name, by the way. You know what? He actually grew into his face. He grew into it like a decent looking dude. Oh, is he a congressman? National Endowment. No. Oh shit. Yeah, he's a general counsel for the U.S. House of Representatives. Interesting.
Okay. Oh no, in 2022.
He started college at age 13. No wonder he was fucking cuckoo bananas.
Yeah, he's
actually literally a child genius. That's crazy. Well,
and he took his genius right to Hollywood with this movie.
Yeah, he only did a few. Like he did like a handful of movies, but then eventually stopped. I mean, in this movie, he came out creepy as hell. He's like, and also, why is he calling his mom by her first name? He's like Rachel. Say mom, nigga.
I heard that, and I was just like, I would beat this kid to death if I heard. Call me by my fucking first name. Who the fuck are you? Is mom? Is dad? Is fucking? It's something, but you ain't calling me by my name. I remember one time Jackson called me by my called me Justin. I was just like,
"Oh, really?
Keep it up, Jackson." Yeah,
but because what context they call you that? That's insane.
We know because Paul. He said Justin. And I was just like, it's dad, or it's daddy. It's like, don't be calling me Justin. That's not what you call me. And he looked at me and was like, he's like, oh, I get it, nigga. You don't want this. I don't want it.
I can't wait to, like, hopefully, like, we're still doing this podcast. It'd be kind of insane if we are like 10 plus years from now. But like Jackson's like his early 20s and y'all get a big fight and you come on a podcast, you got a few bruises. You're like, now listen everybody, yesterday I suffered a injustice. My son called me Justin and I told him, I was like, I'll fuck you up, kid. And it turned out I'm not so young anymore.
So here's the thing, though, Brandon. I'm going to tell my son exactly what my dad told me. It's like, as long as this trigger finger's still working, you're going to respect me.
My God. Yeah, threatening yourself with gun violence. Oh, my God.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It's like, if I can't beat you, nigga, I'll shoot you. You go out like Marvin Gaye. Keep on fucking around.
That's the opposite of what fucking John Witherspoon was talking about on Friday, remember? You use your hands. You use these.
But at that point, Brandon, I'm an old man. I got to use what I got, and that's this.
So The Ring came out in 2002. Fucking A, man. This movie came out in 2002. It's directed by Gore Verbinski, who did the Pirates of the Caribbean films, and also Rango. It's written by Aaron Kruger, who single-handedly destroyed the Scream franchise with Scream 3, and it stars Naomi Watts, Martin Henderson, who I was like, where did this guy go? Brian Cox, and of course the creepy kid we already talked about, David Dorman. It follows Rachel Keller, who is a journalist who discovers a cursed videotape that causes viewers to die 7 days later. Because we learned this.
Did she discover it, or did her fucking her niece discover it? Because I believe she discovered it.
Yeah, her niece, played by in a quick cameo by Amber Tamblyn. Her and her friend are having a sleepover. Her friend tells her about this tape that apparently you die after 7 days of watching it. Then Katie confesses that her and her boyfriend watched the tape. And so then at that night, 3 people, she was with another friend, and all 3 of them die at 10 p.m. that night.
Yeah.
But we don't see, like, we just see flashes of things as she opens the door and his TV, like, static comes on and shit. It's very creepy and unsettling. It's very effective. And apparently this is a remake of a 1998 film, by Hiro Nakata. And it's also a novel, apparently, that came out in the early 90s.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I'm sure that explains more of the lore about what the fuck's going on. Because this movie doesn't explain anything, really. About the power, the tape. Who the fuck?
It loosely does.
Who put this weird-ass tape together, man? And why did they leave it in the cabin? What kind of psychopath is that, like, working there?
Well, also, and how did they fuck up and watch that tape instead of the football fucking footage that they were supposed to be watching?
Yeah,
Like weird. It's also 2002. Like you still wait. Were fucking VHS tapes still around in 2002?
I guess so. Yeah, I mean that makes sense because in high school we were still watching some tapes and stuff, especially like archival footage and things like that. Yeah, that was still around. Like
Yeah.
VHS is like it wasn't hard to find a VHS player, I would say, until late 2000s. That's when it became really tough to find like a VHS. And then DVDs were still a thing, but then like the late 2010s, that's when DVDs started becoming a hard thing to find.
Well, you
Or
know
like
what? Also,
2020, right? Well, then when the PS5 and stuff like that came out, like that's when it's like, oh, there's no more DVD players, so I have to get a PS5 with a disc thing. You know what I mean?
Mm.
That was like around the time that was like 2021. So
Yeah. Actually, probably about like 2020.
yeah.
Yeah, 2020 is when like it was like you weren't. It was because I remember we were doing a live show, well, an internet show during the pandemic. And you remember I had to go buy a DVD player as a plug into
Oh
the
yeah.
You remember that whole fucking fiasco?
You're the Can't Kill Stephen King, or was this Death Wish?
No, Early Grave,
Early
one of
Grave.
those.
Yeah. Folks, you got to
Death
join
Wish.
our Patreon, patreon.com/media popcorn, to just hear our reactions to watching some short films that Justin and I made.
No,
Y'all hear
you did a short film. I have two feature films, which are horrible.
Early Grave, it wasn't. Early Grave isn't as bad as you can't kill Stephen King, because Early Grave clearly like was just all over the place, and like they were just, it felt like it was like a low budget porno, and it kind of like it just worked. Like as soon as you see what's happening, you're like, all right, I guess this is what the movie is. You can't kill Stephen King. Looked like it was actually trying. You
Well,
know what I mean?
yeah.
And then you were over here cooning and dancing and shit. I was like, Justin, they may as well just give you some fried chicken. They just had the oil just juice flying up your big ass lips.
Juice and oil. I don't know when that happened.
Yeah, because chicken is juicy and it got oil on it.
When was I eating chicken in that movie, Brendan?
I know, but I said that I'm surprised you weren't eating chicken.
I mean, you are correct.
Yeah,
you are
I did
correct.
like the thing I liked about this movie. It's not a perfect movie. It's not like even really entertaining, but it has a vibe, like the gloomy Seattle fucking moody vibe. I fucking bought that. Like I'm in it, but doesn't make a pleasurable watch. You know what I mean? It's kind of a downer, considering like I mean, most horror films are not happy or positive or anything like that. But this
one, it's gloomy all the way through. It's like there's at no point, because like you said, the horror films, they usually there's a element of like fun and lightheartedness to it, and which then gets broken by something devastating happening or whatever. Like there's none of that in this. Like those girls, we was like kind of talking like, oh, you hooked up with this guy, da da da. It was like then all of a sudden it's just like somebody gonna die, immediately. So like we jump right into it.
Oh yeah, 100%. And then I did like the the multiple fake outs and things like that. There's like little jump scares here and there, and then the classic moment where the TV turns on, Amber Tamblyn turns, and it's like mad creepy and stuff like that. This movie has a vibe, and like I remember there was like iconic moments in this movie, like when spoiler alert, everybody, when Rachel's baby daddy gets killed, and like I remember seeing this movie and thinking that loft that he had was the coolest apartment ever. I'm like, I want to have this apartment, like especially as a single guy, like that apartment, man.
Oh,
everywhere.
Yeah, nothing but box. Nothing but box.
Yeah, like open fences, has walls and shit. It's all artistic.
Bro,
and
this motherfucker lived in a goddamn warehouse, it seemed like. But it was a floor of a warehouse. It was all his. Like, it was nuts.
Yeah, just over here like plowing, like just pumping. Never mind. Just But I remember when he died, and like Samara comes out the fucking TV, creepy as fuck when I first saw this.
But there's also, now there's a vacancy, Brandon. You can get that apartment. Him dead. He dead.
I feel bad. If I really was this nigga's neighbor and I knew that apartment was available, I'd be like, who's the realtor? For sure. I mean,
well, I mean, no, not necessarily, because you'd also be thinking, the fuck, somebody just got murdered in that apartment. Oh yeah, do you really want to be there? Yeah,
true. That it, like, yeah, like for instance, the cabin at the hotel or inn or whatever, right? That's where Samara was like torturing, like she has all these drawings and stuff like on the floor and like on the walls and stuff, right? So that's like a cursed cabin, right? You should stop fucking renting out cabin 12. Like, what the fuck are we doing? How dare you? Like, he was like, oh, the kids didn't pay. Like, talking about Rachel's niece and stuff. But I'm like, why should they have paid if they got fucking cursed and killed? Like, I'm not going to pay you.
Well, no. But they didn't get cursed and killed there.
They took the tape, though.
Also, why would you take that tape?
Man, the same way that the kids take the fucking hand from Talk to Me, and the same way that what the fuck is you doing like seances and shit and awakening demons and zombies and shit. Teenagers dumb as fuck, man. I don't do that shit. And as someone who grew up around white kids in the suburbs, there was like maybe one or two niggas out of like hundreds of kids that would do some crazy shit like this. Like most people would be like,
when you say one or two niggas, you actually mean niggas, or you're talking about
no,
crazy white kids? Okay.
No, all the black kids, even the white aligned black kids, they would have never have. Man, okay, here's a question I have about the tape, actually. How do you have to watch the whole fucking thing? It's like a YouTube revenue thing. Like, do you have to watch the whole thing in order for it to count? If you only watch 5 seconds, does that count as like you being cursed? You know what I mean? Because here's the thing. I would say if this was like playing at let's say a high school party, right? Which actually would be kind of a cool scene to see a bunch of high school kids watch this and they all die and shit. But let's say you're at a party, a kid puts this tape on, right? I think for me personally, after 5 seconds, I'm out the room. Because when it does the quick flashes of like a finger getting a nail through it and like flies and then a fucking well and it's all staticky and shit, I'd be like, I'm out. But does that count as me seeing it enough where now I'm cursed by Samara?
Yeah.
They don't answer that. Because these white people watch the whole goddamn thing. I'm like, after 10 seconds, I'm like, what the fuck is this? This is clearly a disturbed person. I'm not watching this.
True.
Would you continue watching this, Justin?
I mean, I wouldn't watch first of all, I'm going to tell you, like, to be totally honest, if somebody told me, it's like, yeah, there's this tape, and if you watch it, you die in 7 days, I'd be like, no, well, I don't want to watch it then. And like, I'm not that guy that wants to challenge that.
Okay, but say you don't have any of that context, right? Like, because we don't get clarity on if Katie, Katie knew about the whole tale about the tape, right? Because if she did, then that's a whole other story. But let's say she's unbeknownst to her, she's just watching this weird ass tape that they found, right?
Yeah.
If you're just watching a random ass tape, you don't have any context about the 7-day curse or whatever, or the hint that could happen, like Candyman, right? You're just watching this tape. Would you keep watching after like a few images?
No, because I'd be like, what the fuck is this? Shut that shit off. Yo, where's the fucking football tape? Yeah, I don't want to watch some bullshit like that.
Okay.
Unless, only way I will watch it is if I'm fast forwarding through it, hoping that there's some porno. You know what I'm saying? Maybe this is some homemade, smut.
Once you see an eyeball being pulled open or a fucking whale and a crow, like there ain't no porn coming, bro.
But Brandon, you put that shit at the beginning to keep people from watching anymore, and the next thing you know.
I wrote down my notes.
You know them, right?
No, you're not. I wrote down my notes that that's a rough way to go as a teenager. You die because you watch some random ass tape. Yeah. And you die in a brutal death where you have to get a closed coffin.
Yeah.
Your mouth is all open like you got. Yeah. Fucking wow, man.
Yeah.
How do you even explain that to like to a coroner? How's that a coroner explain that? Be like, because they said that Katie died, like her heart just stopped or something, right?
Yeah.
But then like, how does that make your mouth and face warp like that? You know what I mean?
How did she go from a young white girl to Flavor Flav like that quick? You know what I'm saying? Shots fired, Flavor Flav.
Oh my God. This is a time capsule though, because remember, this is 2002, so people still had the fathead TVs and things like that. Man, remember carrying those?
Did you say fathead TVs?
I thought it was fathead.
That's you got them fathead TV. What the fuck are you talking about? No, fatheads were those like things like sports stars that you could put on your on your wall.
Oh, I thought there was
posters.
There's a cartoon called The Fatheads still or something, right?
Wait, wasn't that on fucking Rocco's Modern Life?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a TV show on there, right, or something like that. Okay,
yeah, that they used to watch. The Big Heads.
Yeah. Rocco's Modern Life. That show is insane.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Rocco's Modern Life. You know, one of my favorite things from Rocco's Modern Life was, well, for one, the character Filbert,
yeah, I know
and
you.
he works at the
Paper.
comic book store,
Yeah,
and he's talking to somebody at the store. He's just like, "Turn the page, wash your hands. Turn the
yep.
page, wash your hands." He's
He was
just saying,
OCD and shit. Yeah, everyone was crazy on that show. Like Rocco had dwarfism and stuff. It was insane.
yeah, it was hilarious, fucking stupid.
Oh my god. Okay, I wrote down my notes also. This video would definitely feel like some occult shit. You know what I mean? Like you're
Yep.
like somebody's worshiping witches and stuff. So I would immediately walk out. I'm like, this ain't my cup of tea. Why do I want this?
Yeah. You know what? But also at the same time, like, what is up with teenagers with this shit? It's just like, so this thing, it can kill you. And we're all going to sit down and watch it because we're dangerous. This is like, nah, bro. No. I still ain't standing in front of the mirror saying Candyman.
Yeah, I think that's what makes like some of those horror movies like kind of annoying more than like effective. Like for some reason, I think a Friday the 13th Part 2 is so effective because these kids did not have an active choice of being in the danger they were in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I guess you're working at the camp where a bunch of kids died a few years before or something like that. Actually, wasn't that even a different camp where the mom, Mrs. Voorhees, attacked? Or was that the same camp?
No, it's Crystal Lake. It's Crystal Lake.
So it's Crystal
But
Lake, right?
a lot of it is also separated. And the town's been hiding it and all that kind of shit too.
Okay, yeah. So that's what I was trying to say. Is like, unbeknownst, like some of these teens are just like going to work, right?
Yeah.
And then they get fucking slaughtered. That's more haunting and scary to me than like Naomi Watts actively watching this video, and then she's so irresponsible as a mother, her son is able to watch it. That was crazy.
Yeah. And by that point, she already knew. She already knew what this shit was. She's like, no. After he watched it, she's like, bitch, put it away.
And she also showed it to Noah.
Yeah.
Which apparently was her ex-husband. I thought that was just her baby daddy. But like, I was like, wait, so you just completely were like, oh, we have a son together? Peace. Like,
well, because that was just a baby daddy because the son asked him is like about whatever. He's just like, I just wasn't ready to be a father. It's like, what?
Yeah, and the way that kid was staring at him, I'd be like, man, this kid might be plotting my death right now. Like, it was haunting the way that kid was staring at him. I feel like that's the way I might have stared at my father for a little bit if I would be like, he's like, I'm so sorry, son. I'm just like, That's like the moment I become a super villain.
Jesus Christ, Brandon.
I'm like Anthony Ramos and fucking Ironheart.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You can deal with the devil so I can take over all of his assets.
Shit. Oh,
Spoiler,
man.
everybody.
Yep, spoilers.
Yeah,
Spoilers.
That should have been so much better. Anyways, the fact that that kid was tying his own tie and shit and like had put out his mom's dress and stuff, I was like, we never learn how incompetent Rachel really is. Because they say she's so good as a journalist that even though she's threatened to be fired several times from her boss, she still gets to keep her job. So it's like, well,
she's fucking April O'Neil, Brandon.
She wouldn't have been. Naomi Watts would have been bad April O'Neil in her early 20s, probably.
Okay, yeah, but you got to be a redhead. Yeah, if you're gonna be April, you got to be a redhead. You got to be able to rock that fucking yellow jumpsuit.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, because us comic book and TV show nerds need to get hard.
My God. Naomi Watts was interesting in this movie because it's like kind of a breakout role for her and stuff like that. And I guess it's because there's so many other like white starlets that have come out since then that I'm not as impressed. Like I remember a lot of like Naomi Watts was like the big thing at the time. Like she blew up with this. She was in 21 Grams. Like she had a lot of things going on. And I was just like watching this movie. I'm like, why did people think like Naomi Watts is like this hot chick? And then she fell in the well and her nipples were hard. I was like, oh, that's why. Teenage boys were like, oh yeah. They were.
Well, also,
they were.
Yeah, but also it's like, that was like the early 2000s was like the beginning of like the English invasion in Hollywood,
Yeah.
where they were casting mostly English actors and actresses for roles, and they were just like kind of snatching up everything. So it's like it's all a part of it.
All a part of it. You gotta
Diet
get
Coke.
Diet Coke.
No, I can't remember that commercial. Diet Coke. This for the rest of it. This is the rest of it. Just for the taste of it. Diet Coke. You remember that one?
So nope.
Yeah, the way you were looking at it.
I did. Okay, I kind of lost my mind later on this movie. We'll talk about the Brian Cox popping up and learning more about Samara's mom and all that stuff, which didn't really actually answer that much about how these powers came to be and the tape.
Yeah.
The tape. We never know about the fucking tape. But I laugh when Naomi Watts' character is telling Noah, she's like the sky is getting weird. There's a tree and there's all these visions and shit. And she's like, use the time you have left. Help our son. You have she's like, you have to figure it out, Noah. I'm like, Noah literally has maybe 24 hours more than you do. Because the timeline was very unclear. I was like, I don't know if he watched it the same day as her or if he watched it the day after. But either way, the window's not that much longer.
Yeah. And she's just like, well, I'm just gonna sit here. I'm just like, what about your son? Like, you don't want to spend your last day with your son?
No, that nigga was weird.
Also, who was watching that child?
I was wondering that too, because at one scene when they get to the house, he's like face planted on the floor.
Yeah, he's just laid up on the floor.
That crayon all day, fucking making symbols like he's fucking Will from Stranger Things. It was insane. Actually, like that's what they stole that from this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's all cuckoo bananas. Also, why did Noah and Rachel always Noah always looked like he smelled like wet dog, and Rachel always looked like she smelled like wet cat. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, like when you're running around and trying to find, this, I don't know what you call, the ring thing, this videotape. The story behind this is just like, you're going to be sweating because you got but so much time. Why wash? Get your ass out there and solve the puzzle.
Yeah, between the sweat, the just ass sweat probably they already had, the bunk of Seattle, because that's where this movie takes place. And you got you got the kid over here nose bleeding and shit. I'm like, they got all kinds of nasty bodily fluids just flowing out of this place.
And he getting all the visions and shit like that.
Yeah, man. Okay.
Well, also it was weird that the kid, like Samara was speaking to the kid and telling her, it's just like, yeah, I don't sleep, right? I'm gonna kill your ass in like 3
But she wasn't talking to him. Remember, he's like, she just shows me things.
True.
And I'm like, that's creepy as hell. Like, your kid needs a therapist at very minimum, Rachel.
But all right, so here's the other part. Here's the other part that bothered me. Rachel finds, so at the end, again, spoiler alert, she's just like, all right, we got to show somebody else to get us off the hook.
Yeah. We'll get him off the hook. She's good.
Yes. Yeah. So to get him off the hook. So then she essentially uploads it to the internet.
Is that what she was doing?
Yes.
I thought she was just copying the tape.
I thought that she was uploading it to the internet.
I don't think she was uploading it to the internet. That's not part of the sequel, if memory serves.
I never watched the second one. I didn't watch the third one either.
The second one's really boring. The third one, the rings, I don't even know what that is. I didn't even know about that until I saw the Wikipedia page for this movie. Also, can we talk about how Rachel, the whole second and third act could be just a dream sequence? Because Rachel died in falling down that well, right?
I mean, again, she got hit in the head by, as what you would call it, a fathead TV, and then falls into a fucking well, a shallow well, mind you, because she could stand up in there and it was only covering like, up to maybe her waist. And it seemed like that well was pretty fucking deep.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
So yeah, Rachel ain't with us no more. So you tell me she got hit by that TV and then fell directly down the center of that well, and she didn't crack her skull on any of the rocks from the sides?
And if I'm Noah, I'm freaking the fuck out because I'm like, if that's the way she died, oh Lord, you know what I mean? Like, but that's before like he realized that she's still awake and stuff. But yeah, I wrote down my notes. I'm like, yeah, I don't unless the well was incredibly wide. Rachel's dead. That's why this is so insane when that kid from It Part 1 survived. The character does survive in the book to the the second half of the like when they're adults and stuff like that. But I think it's dealt in like a less insane way because the way that kid fell out of the well, you're like, well, he did. Or maybe people are more resilient when I think about their bodies falling down wells. What do I know?
Well, no, well, they have to be ultra relaxed because that when you tense up, but they have to be relaxed. They're falling down there, but also relaxation doesn't stop your skull from cracking when you hit a damn, the side of a fucking stone. So
yeah, but also to that point, just because your skull's cracked don't mean you can't still be alive.
Yeah, but I mean, the chances of you still being alive are slim.
Oh yeah,
very slim.
Well, pickle lettuce, pickle be do. I don't know what I don't know what that's supposed to be. All right, I'm looking at my notes. Black horse escape. That was insane. When the horse just jumped off the ferry, I was like, well, that's dark.
Okay. And this is a problem I have with that. She walks up and she sees a horse, and then she starts fucking with, hey, buddy, da-da-da-da-da-da. Horse starts freaking out. Get away from the fucking horse.
Yeah,
leave the horse.
Like
she's like, hey, calm down. She's like, no. You get away. The horse was fine until you showed up. You the problem. And then she's sitting there fucking with this horse like he's doing something wrong. Walk away, chick. Walk away.
And she almost got this horse killed, and then this nigga just jumps off the boat.
Wait. Did you say she almost got this horse killed?
I mean, yeah. I mean, he ended up killing himself, but like, like people were like trying to chase him down and shit. I was like, oh, yeah, this horse is good.
Nigga, that horse. So like, they said that when she was talking to the father of Samara, Mr. Morgan, whatever, he was just like, he was like, the horse, the horses were drowning themselves. All these other horses and all this lore drown themselves. This nigga jumps into the water and gets chopped up by a fucking propeller of a ship. I was just like, that is brutal. And of course, there has to be some white girl who runs to the other edge and then sees all the blood, and then she screams as well. Like, first of all, you shouldn't have ran. You knew what was coming.
Yeah.
Like, why are you chasing this horse, to just watch it drown in the water? Like, the moment he went over, the first thing I would say is just like, yeah, that horse is going to get chopped up by the propeller. Yeah. It's way too close to the ship. Like, don't look. Don't look. So but crazy. Like, I don't know why they ran to go look over. I'm just like, I don't want to see that shit.
Well, people always love spectacle. They always love violence. America loves violence, man. Human beings love violence.
True. But like that was unnecessary. Like, why would you put yourself through that trauma? And Rachel, she's just fixated. She's just like,
yeah, Rachel was just like, that's insane. The fact that Rachel didn't have a mental breakdown after like day 5. Because if I start like believing this shit's real, I'm not going to sleep. Because you're like, how am I going to die? But if you've seen your niece's body, you're like, how the fuck am I going to end up like that? You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm freaking out.
So here's the question. Does Samara kill you just by looking at you?
Yeah, it feels like a Medusa kind of thing.
Because it's just like, so she's kill you just by looking at you. It's just like, because the bodies are like twisted, or is she doing some like extracurriculars? Is she just retching your body, something like that? It's very unclear. But like, I wish they kind of gave because they cut off the scene when she kills the boyfriend, walking around his apartment with her wet, nasty ass feet.
Yep.
But like, I wish we got like, or even if it was a thing where, she has, I think it was an ESP where she can kind of move things with her mind or whatever, or like maybe you lift her hands and she's like staring at you, you fly up and your body gets twisted. Like, I think that could have lent to this character. It was like, oh no, she fucked you up. And there's nothing you can do. She don't have to touch you. She could, fuck you up pretty easily. Which is like, so it almost seems like she kind of does to your body, especially your skin, what the water does. It's like she decays your skin like it would if it was standing in water. Right. So, and then, she twists your body. Like, I would love to have seen like how that actually happens.
I mean, but this is PG-13 though. You know what I mean?
I
So
know.
they can do some graphic.
Yeah, no, but just how they did that quick cut of the niece's body sitting huddled in the closet, whatever. They could have just like the person holding up, and then all of a sudden like it cuts back to Samara's her eyes, and all of a sudden you see like that, and then it just drops to the floor or something like that, or I just think that could have been like a cool visual to really drive home. It's like, oh, she ain't playing.
I mean, there might be, but remember they do like these fast zoom ins and quick edits and cuts and stuff, flash cuts. So there might be something in there that you just like can't see unless it's like the naked eye,
Yeah.
the third eye.
I mean, but that would be pointless to film.
Yeah. I mean, depending on what rating you want, though, you might like just get some coverage just in case you can go gory, like go a little bit gorier, like push the APA.
You have your director's cut.
Yeah,
where you get to see somebody's getting mutilated.
You're watching your own screen room, and you're like David Ayer with the Suicide Squad, just showing your friends like, I swear to God, this movie was actually good. Please watch this.
They took out all the good parts.
That was fucked up at Katie's wedding when all the teenage girls were whispering about how she died. They were like, "Oh, I heard she had." What were they saying? Like she was drunk driving or something, or there's like rumors about what Katie did to die.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, she literally just died. And Aiden over here,
now, mind you, it wasn't her wedding; it was her funeral.
Yes, sorry. Well, it was her wedding to God.
That was a wild slip up.
It was her wedding to the afterlife. That's what it was.
Yeah, her wedding to Jesus.
And then Adam Brody's character's out, like sitting outside the house, and then they're like, Josh might have done something with this. She was out with Josh, and like Naomi Watts is over here being fucking Nancy Drew, and then Adam Brody's just like, Josh is dead.
Yeah, it wasn't him. Him downstairs too. Like apparently he killed himself, but also it's like, oh, I mean, I could see, somebody, the thing comes out the fucking, the TV screen in front of you, and you just like, nope, pow.
Yeah,
that checks. That
I
checks.
say that too, but like, man, I can't imagine just doing that. I don't know, but also I don't want to imagine the pain that would happen with like Samara just twisted in my body. But hopefully it would be so quick that I can't.
So
I don't
imagine he's like, oh, you get the call. It's like 7 days, nigga.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah, that's nuts. When somebody whispers in the phone, 7 days, motherfucker. Yeah, like that ain't it.
What if you don't answer
that's
the phone?
Not it.
Does that delay the countdown?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
It's just to give you a running start.
She coming for you. She's just letting you know. It's like, just so you know,
as much seed as you can, brother, because that's all you got.
It's like, listen, it took me 7 days to die. You got 7 days to enjoy. So I'm coming for that ass. But so mind you, so he's afraid, right? So he has a gun. He's sitting in a place, and all of a sudden he sees Samara just pop through that door. He shoots it. He shoots at Samara. Nothing happens. He's just like, not today, pal.
Yeah, I guess it's like the Jeepers Creepers monster. You try to take it out, but then if it's coming at you and not being phased by anything, you just say, well, all right, I'll see you in another live beast. Boom.
Mm-hmm. Not today. You ain't putting me on the wall and fucking harvesting my fucking body parts.
I mean, he probably still would, especially if he did a headshot.
Yeah, no, but he was keeping them alive and shit like that.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a different level of torture, baby.
Yeah, that's some sick booty stuff. All right, this movie had a budget of $48 million and made a box office of $249.3 million. And the success of The Sixth Sense gave Paramount the confidence to greenlight a remake of Ringu from 1998. So
Ringu?
Yeah, that's the name of the initial movie. Until it came out in 2017, this was the highest grossing horror remake with its worldwide take. And over 2 million DVD copies sold in the U.S. within 24 hours of release. Naomi Watts is happy about that. because that's where they used to make money on actors. Like Matt Damon has this great thing on Hot Ones. Like it's constantly on like online stuff about that, where it talked about the difference in the movie business back in the day. And he was like, yeah, but DVD sales, man, like actors used to and creatives used to do very well because our cut on that was like amazing. Now with streaming, it's pennies on the dollar, if even that, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's funny. So
like, all those fuckers on Suits didn't get no money from that when it blew up on Netflix. It was like the most watched show ever on Netflix or some shit.
It's like, thanks, guys. Thanks for your hard work.
Meghan Markle got a check from Netflix for 43 cents.
So, I'm in Texas. I'm in Texas right now. I'm in Austin, and some of the people that was working with me, they're like, oh, they're actors, performers of some sort, and so we were just like, doing a little business talk, and it's interesting because like actors in like smaller markets, like Texas and things like that, it seems like they don't really know like the big industry scope stuff that's going on, because I guess they're just not, they know like the bubble that they're in, and they don't kind of pay attention to that stuff. And like I was just telling them some of the things that are going on. It's like, oh, this is happening, yada yada yada, and they're just like, to see their faces, like, oh no. Like, I'm so sorry, I just ruined the whole industry for you guys. It's like, yeah. Welcome to the real world. You're fucked. But like, yeah, man, like it really sucks out here. The changes that have been made. It's like, telling them about like how things were, years ago in comparison to now, and they're just like, oh, because it's also not a lot of people know, I guess, and young actors don't know what it used to be like, so they have no idea. They have no context as far as just like what they're truly missing and like how badly you've been fucked.
But that's actors that are in Austin, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the thing is like I think if you're in a market outside of New York, LA, or Chicago, like you need to do the homework and know what the business is at, because you're not in those markets. So the fact that they don't know that is already like, well, that's already right. You're a few steps behind anyway in like this current climate. You need to
but it also depends, how long you've been acting, how long things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people, if you're newer to the game, you don't know, you don't know all that stuff. So you can't necessarily, but it's like, hey, that's why you are where you are. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, you learn things along the way.
Yeah, I get that. I'm just like in regards to understanding like where the industry is and things like that. Like you got to keep up on that stuff. And there's so many publications and resources now, especially in this technological age. There's message boards, all kinds of things. You know what I mean? So to be like, oh, I didn't know that's what's happening. Like, come on, like you gotta. If this is what you want to do, you gotta understand how the business works as well.
But again, when you're young. So many people when they're young, they're not looking at the business as a business. They're looking at it as like, this is a artistic pursuit, and they don't get the business aspect. So like, I don't fault people for that, because I think at some point we're all idealistic, and we're artistic and all that, and then all of a sudden the real world hits you in the ass. It's just like, but that's everyone's, own path and own journey throughout, navigating all this stuff.
Yeah, man, I ain't been hit in the ass. The Rachel role was offered initially to Jennifer Connelly, then to Jennifer Love Hewitt, Gwyneth Paltrow, Kate Beckinsale, and then finally they got Naomi Watts. That's wild. Jennifer Love Hewitt turned down the role of Rachel to avoid Scream Queen typecasting.
Yeah, take that money though.
Yeah. And the director turned down Catch Me If You Can to direct this movie, which is a better choice. Steven Spielberg and Tom Hanks and Leonardo DiCaprio, that was a good combo on that. Rachel survived, according to our producer Lluvia's research, she highlighted, Rachel survived because Aiden watched her copy. Noah died because he watched the original tape without copying it. Okay. And then apparently the protagonist was gender swapped from male in the novel to female in the films. That makes more sense, like to make it a little bit more softer, like more of like an urgent mom trying to take care of her kid thing.
Yeah.
They just put the dad as just like, yeah, I ain't gonna be in this kid's life. All right.
Well, but at the same time, I think also the visual of the hair. I mean, because that's iconic.
Yeah.
The hair over
That's
the
the best scene
face
in the
thing.
movie. When Noah's death scene is the best scene in the movie by a long.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like what they use, that it's just that's the thing that everybody knows about this film.
Mm-hmm. And everyone got freaked out about it. Like our producer Lluvia in the chat said that freaked me out as a young teen. I remember the first time I saw it, I was just like, "Oh, that's fucking creepy." Because I also like the physicality of her coming out the TV.
Yeah, she's. It's not like she just pops out of the TV. This bitch crawls through the front of the TV like that. It's really creepy, bro. I was watching this last night, so I'm laying in bed and watching this, and like when that scene comes up,
you
like
whimpered and got under the sheets.
no, like that feeling of like is like I don't know. It's almost like your spirit shudders a little bit. Bro. Like it's still kind of got me. It was just like and like I don't get scared by these kinds of movies like that anymore. But like it was one of those like you could kind of feel that wave of like dread come over your body. It was just like that scene still got it.
100%. And you know who still has it? Our Patriots, who support us every goddamn month. And folks, remember, you can sign up at Patreon at patreon.com/media popcorn, because then you're guaranteed to have your Patriot thoughts for movies that we're reviewing right on that episode. So we only got one Patriot thought for The Ring, but it's from Sean the Terrible, who wrote, "The movie is okay, but the first time I saw the ending, it gave me the chills."
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Our producer Lluvia also pulled some letterbox reviews that she thought we should read regarding The Ring. Came out in 2002. This first one's from Wes, who wrote, "I would be Samara's most frustrating victim because I always have my phone on vibrate. 3.5 out of 5 stars."
Fair.
Yeah, how does that work with cell phones? Anyways, well, they all had cell phones in the movie. They never called the cell phones. They called the landline. Landlines don't exist anymore, so how's Samara call people? Does she have a Verizon plan? All right. Maria wrote,
she's just tapping in the phone lines.
She's asking everyone, what is the Wi-Fi password?
Yo, what if you get a call? It's like, will you accept charges from? It's like 7 days, nigga. 7 days. No.
Yeah. Maria wrote, "All I'm saying is if this bitch want to storm out my motherfucking Samsung Smart TV and ruin it, she got to buy me a new one. 3 out of 5 stars." All right. Ellie wrote, "Typical horse girl, 4 out of 5 stars." What? All right. Adam Bolt wrote, "Somewhere in an alternate timeline, this movie's title was reserved for a crappy early 2000s rom-com about a proposal. 4 out of 5 stars." Okay.
True.
Jay Will wrote, "I like how they turned it into a pyramid scheme at the end. 2.5 out of 5 stars." And then Mia Lee Vicio wrote, "The story of a woman who only has 7 days to analyze the well-meaning of an avant-garde experimental art film. Just take a cinema studies class, girl." 4 out of 5 stars. All right. So, and obviously this led to a sequel, which maybe we'll get to eventually. I remember the sequel being boring as fuck, but who knows? Maybe we'll watch it.
I never watched it.
Yeah. So, Justin, break down our rating system, baby.
Stop calling me baby. Guys, you know how we do this. We rate movies bags of popcorn, small, medium, large, and the exceptional. If a film doesn't deserve any hot, buttery, delicious popcorn, we throw it into the stale popcorn pile. We pile piles and piles of stale popcorn on the top of it. So, Brandon, we sat down and watched the 2002 supernatural, psychological horror film, The Ring. What say you, sir?
Yeah, this gets a medium. This gets a medium because it does have an iconic horror scene with the whole Noah death part. It has it's a vibe. It's a vibe. I didn't realize how many questions I had still at the end of this movie. It's a little under 2 hours, and I was just like, but why? But how? You know what I mean? Even the Brian Cox, like the whole like we adopted this daughter and she fucking likes to kill things and she's creepy as hell, and the mom tried to kill her because it just didn't quite gel for me and didn't connect to anything. Didn't connect the dots enough for me. So very frustrating, but nonetheless, shot very well and, has a really creepy scene that's very effective and still holds up. Justin, what's your rating?
Thinking about this film and like after watching it or after seeing it again after so long, you realize there's only 2 deaths done in here by Samara. It's the beginning and the end. And like the only death that we have in there is a horse, a guy killing himself via electrocution in the bathtub, which I don't know why he had the horse thing in his mouth. It was like that was unnecessary. Like the muzzle, he put a muzzle. Like what's that for?
I mean, I guess to stop him from screaming.
Yeah, well, no, or maybe it's like him. No, I guess you put that so you don't break your teeth.
Yeah, but what does it matter if you're gonna die?
Exactly.
I guess you just don't want to do all the pain because, like, when you get electrocuted, I imagine your heart stops pretty quickly.
Yeah, well, no, it's also your muscles all tense up, right? So, but it also not necessarily because electrocution by the chair, like that's not necessarily quick. It takes a minute. It's like all your muscles tense up.
Yeah,
so it's
your
like
body,
what's that?
Your body's like it's like fire and lighting inside and shit. Ignite.
Yeah, I mean, so like I don't know that scene was always a little weird to me. And also him putting the damn horse muzzle or whatever you call it on his face on his mouth. But like like you said earlier, that last scene, that last death is worth the price of admission here. But that being said, I think I'm going to go to medium as well because, like, yes, it stuck the landing at the end, but it does take a lot to get there, and it's a lot of just fucking Nancy Drew running around town and just not getting anywhere. So it's like I don't know. I mean, it's a cool movie, but like if it wasn't for that last scene, this would be fucking trash.
Yeah. It's not a fun rewatch for sure. It's just kind of like, oh yeah, like I can get to this one cool scene. Oh yeah, I remember that being a fun scene to watch or a haunting scene to watch. But like I said, the story as a whole doesn't gel. It doesn't connect and doesn't make me want to learn more. Because I'm like, you should have given me a little bit more about like how the fuck this tape came to be. Because I get like by like Samara, this curse, like on the water and stuff like that. But again, what the fuck? Who would put that on a VHS? How's that even work?
Yeah.
Who was recording her? Who recorded this well? Where's the footage? I guess they alluded that Brian Cox's character maybe like did something with video, but like you don't know.
But also at the same time,
those fucking TVs.
What the fuck was he recording this on? This nigga's just sitting there. What's he doing?
I don't know.
You turning a fucking crank? Like what was good? Like that video looked terrible.
Yeah, it was weird. And that was I was thinking about editing back into like 2000s and stuff like that. I'm like, man, that would have been a pain in the ass too to like cut all those quick cuts and shit. You know what? This ain't worth it. Like, who the fuck made this? Man, when I made Motherfucker, I'm Gonna Kill You, when I edited that, you know how long it took me to edit that 45-minute movie? It took me 3 months to edit that motherfucker.
Really? It took you? I thought it took you 30 minutes, nigga.
What were you making when you were 17?
Actually, I made some films for like a class and whatnot. So I did make some shit. I wish I still had them.
Yeah,
one was about police. The one was about police brutality.
Oh God, handled by Justin Brown.
It's funny thing was, I wasn't even in the class. I wasn't even in the class, but I was in 2 other people's videos, and I was just acting in their videos because it was just fun, bro. We were doing wild shit. We could have got arrested and beaten up by the police for the shit that we did in those videos.
I'm sure.
And like at one point, like I think in both of them, I was playing a dirty cop.
You were the dirty cop?
Oh yeah, I was a dirty cop. Yeah. I was dirty. Yeah, and I do deliver the King Kong ain't got shit on me. Walking down in the middle of a street
in
Long Island at the top of my lungs, and it wasn't my block.
Oh, Justin Coon Brown. All right, everybody.
For delivering a Denzel line? How dare you?
In an all-white neighborhood, or were you in a black neighborhood?
Mixed neighborhood.
Yeah, man, you gotta be careful with that shit. You lucky, man. You try to do that shit now, I feel like, man, it's hunting season right now, unfortunately.
Well, I mean,
You can't be a black man in the suburbs in 2025 walking out saying King Kong ain't got shit on me, niggas. Come at me.
Well, yeah, somebody's just gonna shoot you from the window.
Yeah, you can even put those karate like skills to the test.
They didn't want it, not back then.
That would be hilarious if you became a vigilante. You just fighting people at night with your size.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you right now. So, again, being on tour. So when I was driving here, I was passing Dallas when that fucking mass shooting happened at the ICE facility. And for some reason, at the same time, I was just in some weird thought. I was like, what if there was a shooting and like, when my kids got killed, it's just weird things that just go through your head. And then Paula called me and she's like, hey, where are you? I'm like, oh, I'm passing by Dallas. Like now, she's like, don't stop in Dallas. So she told me what was going on, which I was like, that's weird. I was thinking about, this thing and it's actually happening. But then I had this, I had that thought of like, I was telling her how like if something like that happened, like I really do think I would end up turning into a vigilante. Like I just, I don't know how I would handle it. And I'd probably handle it with violence of just going after people who I feel are responsible. And I was just like, like I'm surprised that hasn't happened.
Well, don't wish for that.
No. I'm not wishing for it, but I'm surprised that like a parent whose child unfortunately perished in one of these things hasn't gone nuts and like done something. Because like, yeah, bro, like that's like a small kid, like and and now all you see is these fucking things on YouTube. You watch videos like my sweet 6-year-old son died and fucking
man. What is that? I'm trying to watch this one like fucking music video with like a house DJ and they got chicks and thongs and stuff like that. It's like my son Daniel. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man! I'm trying to see some ass.
You know what? Honestly, I
what the fuck is happening, YouTube?
Actually, you know what? I was thinking, why am I thinking about this? I'm like, now that's why, because I was watching YouTube videos and it comes up every fucking like 4 minutes. And he was like, oh, we'll get YouTube premium. No. I will spend 30 seconds before I can click a fucking ad away.
Yeah. All right, folks. That's our review on The Ring from 2002. As always, you can follow the show at Medium P Podcast on all social media platforms. Go to youtube.com/Medium Popcorn Podcast. Push that subscribe button so you get to learn about all future reviews and celebrity interviews we have on the channel. And if you want to follow me on all things, particularly Threads and Instagram, you can follow me at Frodo_Blackens, FrodoBlackens.com for show dates. I'm all on the road in October, New Orleans, Baltimore, Brooklyn. Come and see me, baby. All right. Just how can people follow you as well as support the show financially, my brother?
Before we go, really quick, do you think that this movie can actually be remade today? You think it would be better or worse?
Oh yeah, they're probably working on some remake of it for sure.
Yeah, I think that they could redo this one and they could actually enhance upon this greatly.
Yeah, you just have to make sure now in this climate, like in this world, you have to differentiate from Smile.
Yeah,
younger people might be like, oh, you're just like a different version of Smile. You know what I mean? Like so. You gotta like make it original while also like calling out to this and then differentiate it from similar things now. So like this, it follows like, because there's like a group of people that missed this movie and saw those and now they're gonna be like, oh, this is like a play on those horror films.
Yeah, not realizing that this is the one that kind of brought those movies to you. So guys, you can follow me at J Brown Did It on all the social media platforms. Guys also know that I'm in LA. So if you guys are in the Los Angeles area, all throughout October up till about, I think like the 13th or something like that, I'm around. Hit me up. I'm here, baby. Yeah, guys, follow the show. Support this show. Patreon.com/medium popcorn. We got $2, $5, $10, and $15 packages. Our entire backlog is on Patreon. We got so much great shit on Patreon. It's where you need to be. So again, patreon.com/medium popcorn.
100%, baby. If you don't want to commit on a monthly basis, go to ko-fi.com/medium popcorn. Donate the equivalent of a small coffee or a medium popcorn to the show. It helps, even if it's a one-off. All right. There's so many options. Mediapopcorn.com for all your links and your supportive options to help keep the lights on and the popcorn flow.
Baby.
Peace.